Hello everyone, my name is Chandan Purohit. Welcome to Satvik Softech. In this video series, I'll be showing you how to build interactive 2D games using the C language. Yes, using the C language. Although not very popular for building games, the C language can still be used to build interactive games pretty easily using the Raylib library. So in this video series, I'll be showing you how to build games using the C language and the Raylib library. So let's get started. Okay, so let us get started. As I said, I am going to use the Raylib library to show you how to build games using the C language. So let me just visit the Raylib website, the official website of the Raylib library. Just type Raylib, that is the raylib.com website. So here you will find some information on, and you will also have examples. We have sample games which are there, cheat sheet, and there is also a wiki which is very useful actually. We will go through these one by one, but let us first install the Raylib library into my system. So here are some interactive games. Okay, some examples. So Raylib supports multiple platforms, and so I want to install this on my Linux system. If you are in a Windows system, you need to go here. So here's the Windows installation instructions. If you want to use the Raylib library to build web games, web-based, browser-based games, you can use the HTML5 version of the Raylib library. But I want to build desktop for my desktop, so I'll just install it in my Linux system. This redirects me to the GitHub repository. Here is the guide. So you need a GCC, make and git to download the Raylib repo. Okay. So we need the build essential and git and cmake, and then you install some required libraries. These are the libraries which are required. And once you do this, we need to clone the Raylib repository and get into the src, the source, and then just execute these commands, the make commands. If you want to compile, install the library to standard directories or remove it, then you should do this. Build Raylib using cmake. If you want to use the cmake command, then it is quite easy, I guess, do these things. Okay, so fine, so let us try this now. I need to first install build essential and git. Build essential is already installed. I am not very sure about git. I think it is installed too. I'm using the OBS studio to record this session. I'll just open my terminal and okay, so I just paste the command. It is asking for the password. Okay, so as I said, the git command is not installed yet. Or git, installing git. Once this is ready, we need to also install, optionally you should install the cmake build system. I like cmake more, so I just, instead of using the normal make command, it is better if you use the cmake command, so it makes things easier many times. I just install that also, although it is optional. That's 25 MB. And then we need to install these libraries. Because I'm using Ubuntu, I need to run this command. Okay. So just paste this. Now there is a download happening, 28 MB to download. Once this is done, I'll use the cmake commands given here to build the library. Okay. I'll just get to the CMake build options here just to see what extra can be done. Okay, so it talks about using an external GLFW to link Raylib against the system GLFW instead of the embedded one. Off, on if possible, and all that. Platform to build for depending on the platform. So I want to do it for desktop, so it's going to be for desktop. And binary option, use Wayland for window creation. I think all these are supporting image manipulation and supporting file formats, save as PNG, save as BMP. So BMP is not supported by default. I don't care. I just want a PNG. So I think if you want some customization, you can come here and look into this and build the library according to your needs. So I'll just build it as it is without making any kind of change. Say copy this entire thing, just paste it. Okay, so now it is going to clone the GitHub repository of the Raylib library. So once this is done, it is going to install it my system. Installing in the sense it is going to build the Raylib library and then copy paste the built binaries in their proper positions, or maybe link them in their proper positions. So we need to wait for some time because it's going to download the entire library. It is a little bit big. So by the time it downloads, I'll just go through what is there. Of course, there are many bindings. You can have a C# binding, you have a Golang binding, Python binding, and lots of other bindings over here. I'll just go through the examples given here. There are examples about the core, shapes, the textures, the text, models, shaders, audio, and I think about the physics. Okay, so this is just a basic window example. If you want to just show a basic window, nothing else. Here is the code, the C code to do that. Okay, so that's quite simple. You just need, he has taken the screen width and screen height, two variables, and then there is the init window function which is present in the Raylib library, which takes the screen width, the screen height, and some kind of a text. That text will be shown when you display the output. Okay, so I think the window show that, and once the window shows that, of course we need to set the frames per second. And then here is the main part, the main game loop, the infinite loop until the window is not closed. So window should close is a function provided by the Raylib library which returns true or false. So here you need to update your variables, begin drawing, and then he is clearing the background, and he is drawing some text here. This is the position and the size of the text, and then the end drawing function. Okay, and of course close the window. This is the text which is drawn, that is the window. What about some shapes? So here is a ball, here is a text. So do this. Of course the same things are repeated here. Init window, there is a loop. You begin a drawing, you end the drawing, close the window before you return. But Here some extra things are happening, like ball position is a struct, I guess, is being maintained here. And here we see some key controls, like is key down is a function, takes some predefined variable like key right, key left, yep, key down. So these are defined by the Raylib library itself. Just need to use them. So when this is the case, change the ball position in this way. Okay. And of course, we need to draw the circle vector using the vector. At the ball position 50 and color of the ball is maroon. Okay, so this internet is quite slow here. I don't know why it is slow. Then how about mouse and the input mouse key? Oh, this is interesting. Raylib also supports 3D. This is 3D example of the Raylib library. Okay, so you need to have a camera, 3D camera. Then we need to position the camera. Then position of the target. Here is the change. We need to have something called the begin mode 3D and then draw the 3D cube. So there is a draw cube function here, the draw cube wires function here, and then draw frame, draw FPS is also used. There are some really interesting. This is moving the rectangle with the position of the mouse. How about games? As you can see here, there are lots of games which are already implemented here in the Raylib library. So it requires some kind of a data which is getting downloaded. I don't want to do that. There are quite a few games over here. You can just explore them. One is small one. It's a small one. Downloading data. Why? Okay. This seems to be like a Flappy Bird, something similar to the Flappy Bird. is like the Flappy Bird. This once again. Here it is. Not working here. You need to explore this. But there are quite a few examples over here and the code is available in GitHub. That's what I got to know. Okay, so I think it is building. Yes, it is building the Raylib library now. It takes some time. It will take some time. I think I have to fast forward this. It is taking a lot of time actually. Okay, it has been built now. Say make install. If I install this, I need to first test this. Oops. So there is an error here. Install configuration bug. Can file install cannot copy this. Okay, repeat target install failed. I think should the sudo. Yes. So I think it is installed. So now I'll just get into the documents folder. I'll create a folder here. Raylib games. And I see into that folder. Open my VS Code over here. Let me just take some of these examples. One of the best ways to start learning something new is by copy pasting. So if I copy paste this into my VS Code, okay, I'll create a new file. Sample window. Just paste this here. Save. CC. This work. Let me just try this out. Undefined reference. Refer to the Raylib library. Okay. So how to do that now? Are there any instructions over here? After building link Raylib with system install on build command. Okay, so here is the command. Copy this to include these libraries. Say gcc sample window, paste it. It has been built. A.out. No such file or directory library. raylib.so.3.1 cannot open shared object file or directory. Just verify how is the error in Google. Our best friend cannot build. Compilation issues in Linux need help. The one Reddit. FNLX. One more solder. Now this happens. This guy is also searching for the path is wrong, that is for sure. I think we need to link it. So this fellow is saying, I think libraylib.so and libglfw.so.3 both install to /usr/local/lib, which isn't in Ubuntu's default library search path. But it is not hard to set up. Okay. How to set it up? Here are some links which are given here. So ld underscore library underscore path is set up to include all directories you want to search, and then test it again. Alternately, you can edit the /etc/ld.so.conf contains the default directories searched. I'll just try this out first. This and run my file. Boom! Congratulations, we have got the output. Of course, it is not a very fancy output, but at least we have got something up here. Okay, so that is pretty good. So, as I said, here we need to set up the library path. Is to include the /usr/local/lib. Otherwise, you need to do this every time. So before directly doing, you can't directly say /a.out. You need to first prepend it with this particular line. I'll just show it to you again. This is the line ld underscore library underscore path equal to the previous one /usr/local/lib, because the Raylib library installs its binaries into /usr/local/lib. Need to add it to the path. Okay, so this is a temporary solution, but for the time being it is going to work pretty well. Okay, so now that we know how to compile and then how to run it. Do it again. /a.out. Close the window, and here we get it, the window closed successfully. Okay, so Now let us read the documentation again. We need to call this init window function as always, and then we have the main game loop. It is an infinite loop which keeps on running, executing as long as the window is open. So when the window is closed, we close the window, that is in software. This will close the OpenGL context also and then return. So every time we are going to clear the background and with some color. So let us look for some more colors. Ray white is one color. What are the different colors here? Let us get to the cheat sheet. Search for something like ray red. There is red. So here are some colors which are defined. These are all pre-processor directives which are defined. You can change the color. For example, if I want a sky blue color, sky blue is a defined color. So the color, official color for the sky blue given in the Raylib library. So I'll just change it. Change this one. Just install these extensions later on. Instead of ray white, if I say sky blue, I should get a sky blue color. Sky blue. If I compile this again, run it. Oh, that's a pretty good color. As expected, it is giving the sky blue color. Fine. So now we know how to change the background color of the window. There are some colors over here. You should also be able to give your own color like this. And how to do that? Well, we need to look at the create the clear background function. This is the clear background function which takes a color. So we need to look into the clear background function. I think it should be a structure. Clear background. So it takes a structure called color and you supply any color over there. I think since it is just a structure, it will take RGB values. If I pass like this, something like 55 red, it should give a red background. I'm correct. Okay. There is an error. Just can't pass structures like that. We need to take a variable. So that take a variable here, color C equal to, then I pass C. Now it compiles and if I run, I see a red color. So that is how you can easily set background colors. There are some predefined colors over here and you can also give your own color by, as I showed here, by defining a color like this. Okay. So it is RGB, red, blue, green, and this is the alpha channel. Okay. Fine. So what about the other functions? Here is the clear background function which we have seen, which takes a color. Let us look at the draw text. Draw text. This is the text to draw. And what about these? I think this is the XY position. The top corner XY, I guess. This is the font size, and this is the color of the font. Let us look into the documentation for draw text. Draw text. Draw text. There are lots of draw text functions. So draw text takes a const char star text. It takes the position X and Y as expected, and the font size, and the color. Okay, so you can just verify this by changing the position, the X, and just take it a little bit to the left and a little bit upwards and make it big. Instead of gray, I give it a yellow. I think it is a must be a yellow. That's it. So we have changed the color, the default color which was provided in the given program, and we have started playing around with this library. Actually, I'm starting to enjoy this a lot more than expected, because even I have not done a lot of game programming in this C language. Fine. So what about the other examples? Now we know how draw text works, how clear background works, begin drawing and end drawing. These are required to start drawing on the window. You can update your variables here, that's what he's saying. I think we'll be able to see some more of these when you open up examples. Move the ball with arrow keys. Open this example. You want to draw a ball which is just a circle. Draw a circle. V, ball position. Ball position is a struct, I guess. No, it's a vector. Vector 2. Two-dimensional vector takes the position of the ball. This, I think, will be the center of the ball. Draw the ball at this position. If you observe here, every time the updates are happening here. You don't update variables within this section, I guess. Begin drawing and end drawing. Once you call the begin drawing function, you just need to start drawing. You don't start updating your variables. If you want to update your variables, you update them here. And once you have updated your variables, you start drawing here. Every time it's going to call this part, update the variables, draw, update the variables, draw, update the variables, draw. Okay. So key right, key left, key up, key down. Okay, so let me just take this example now. These examples are already installed actually when you install your library, but I am just copy pasting them here. You can just copy paste from your installed versions if you wish. Okay. So now I have my I need the init window function over here. Init window function with the title of the window, screen width, screen height, file, run. Okay, so if I move, this is the up key, the right key, the left key, and the down key. That is pretty cool actually. I have not seen a library which does this so easily. I have done these kind of things with Python and JavaScript and Java, but I have not expected something like this to be done so easily in C. So this one is pretty nice actually. So you can just keep moving. Okay, close the window. It just closes. I have programmed in with OpenGL before. I had done some games over there, but was not so easy. Trust me, it was not so easy, at least for me. Here is another example. I think this must be interesting. Stakes. Move ball with mouse and click mouse button to change color. When you click the ball's color changes. Touch the screen at multiple locations to get multiple balls. Can we do something like buttons over here? I know it is just a game building library and may not support buttons, but it does support a loading thread. How about shapes? It has lots of shapes over here. There is a collision detection example and following eyes, ball. Oh my! Can also come up with graphs. Good. Textures, texts, models. What is? Can have some models. So can load some models from other places. Can create models and load them. This is a full-fledged gaming library. Just love it. Love this. It supports texts. Okay. This is a complex example. How to load image. Load texture from image, unload image, load image raw. This seems to be a nice example. Let me just try this out. This is an image processing example using Raylib. Unexpected. No, I did not expect this. Let's create a new file. Image block.c. Paste it here. I think we need a resources folder which contains the parents.png. Just download the parents.png there. Parents image. This is pretty close. Parents are beautiful ones. And it's me a APG file. image proc.c. Oh my god. But the image did not load. What happened over here? Are we required to just use PNG files or what? The resources folder. Get resources parrots.jpg. There. Say resources. There is a parrots.jpg. I'll just convert this. Convert parrots.jpg to parrots.png. So now parrots.png. This now. Go back. Compile. Oh, I think we need to have PNG, especially at least for this one. But how to use this? Okay, so can't. We need to use our mouse over here. That is pretty cool actually. Click horizontal, click vertical. How is this working now? Color tint, invert. Okay. These are not buttons, although they look like buttons. The code for this program, he just loads the image and sets the format, I guess, the image format to RGBA required for texture update. But he has mentioned that this is an issue. You need to do this if you update the texture. Okay, so load texture from image. This gives you a texture object, 2D texture object. Structure to be correct. And these are the rectangles. He has runs over. This is an array of rectangles. He has initialized it to 0. The rectangle struct. Where is the rectangle? Where is it? Okay, so rectangle comes from the Raylib library, but the num underscore processes must be here. I am not wrong. This is the image process. Hash define num processes as 8. I think there are 8 operations over here. How many are there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So there are 8 operations, and he has given those num underscore processes is 8, and there is a enum for each of these options. That enum stored as image. So rectangle select rex is an array of rectangles. Initially it is not initialized, so it is just a 0 start with, and then we loop. He is going to loop, and then he is going to set a rectangle 40. These are the positions of the rectangle. He is using the I to change the Y value that it comes down, and the X value X one corner. So he is, that's the top left XY. These two are the top right, I guess. No, these two should be the width and the height. Let us just get to the documentation, look at the rectangle, the documentation for the rectangle. Okay, so there must be a space over here. I'll just look into how to do. Where is the documentation, the cheat sheet? First I'll get the cheat sheet, and then I'll say rectangle. Rectangle. rectangle, spelling mistake, draw rectangle, position x, position y, width, height and color. I'll use the draw rectangle, I guess. He is creating a structure. In those structure here, the draw rectangle gets called inside the loop as expected. Begin drawing. Draw rectangle rec, draw rectangle lines, draw text. Okay, so he draws the rectangle, draws a line around the rectangle and then draws the text within the rectangle. That is pretty cool. Okay friends, I think this much is enough for today. I'll just explore this library more and I'll come up with some nice games so that you can start practicing your you can start testing your C programming skills by building some cool games using this amazing library. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial as much as I did, and please subscribe to our channel if you want to get more news about these kind of videos which we will keep doing. And you can also check out some of our other videos, and although they are not as colorful as this one, uh, they are also pretty good, I guess, but they are probably in another languages. We keep mixing languages so that we cater to different people. As I said, this is an amazing library. You can just please try it out. You can just use your C language skills over here and you can start building some amazing games. People have done amazing things over here. You can just check it out and start exploring it. I'll come back to you by building some by building some nice games using this library. Okay, thank you very much.